Hey friends, Mike and Jess here.
And welcome to Regeneration Nation TV. Today we are watching a video from Dr. Livingood. I wanted to say say that name. But if food in America compared to the UK, why is it so different?
It's a good channel name.
It is a good channel
Dr.
name.
Livingood.
I feel like I would trust him, definitely.
I would have to go, I don't know, take a class to make my voice deeper, more sultry.
Yeah,
and every one of my videos I'd be like, hello.
This is Dr.
Livingood here. Anyways, we've got links for this original video down below. Links for Dr. Livingood's channel down below. Go check him out. But yeah, we're here to check this video out. We've watched similar videos like this, but the more we're educated, the more it's going to stay in our brain.
Yep.
And when we go grocery shopping and out to eat, we can think about it, and hopefully it'll, have an effect on us.
Yeah, definitely.
And maybe some people who watch this video, other fellow Americans or anybody visiting America, you can kind of be educated and just remember.
Yeah.
That you're not really eating things that are good for your health.
Yeah, it's so scary. But I definitely like watching these videos, like you said, just to get more educated.
Yeah.
It's so scary, but it needs to be known. It needs to be known.
It does. It does. Our world, our country that we live in right now, it's not in a great place food-wise.
Yeah.
Not in a great place health-wise either. So, yeah. Let's get into this video.
Let's do it.
Did you know that if you were to buy certain food ingredients at a grocery store in the United Kingdom, in Europe, and in America, same brand, same type chip, a packaged good, you could buy the exact same brand of food and the ingredient labels will be completely different? I believe this is one of the main reasons why the United States is so sick. What I'm about to show you of what we allow into our products compared to what is happening in other parts of the world is shocking. And it's kind of shameful for the government regulation or lack thereof that goes into this and the foods you're about to see of what is making us so sick in America, leading the way in chronic disease. So this is one of the things that really...
Yeah, I mean, what an intro.
Yeah, that definitely nailed it. Like, a lot of the reasons for our health failing, we have a horrible health system, but... like a lot of the reasons is the stuff
depends
that
on what side you're on. They've
Yeah.
got it set up to where for them, they keep you in that health system by
definitely.
feeding you terrible things.
Yeah, and honestly, making the medicine that they give you maybe make it worse. Like there's so many side effects that come with the stuff that you need to get, but that's a whole other story. But yeah, the stuff that we put in our food definitely contributing to that.
in America, leading the way in chronic disease. So this is one of the things that really opened my eyes to how food companies, especially in America, are just exploiting us. I've spent years investigating this, and the difference between European and American food and the products and what I found that I'm about to show you, it disgusted me. So back in 2012, I went to the London Olympics. I got the privilege to be an Olympic team doctor and support the athletes leading up to it for the wrestling team and weightlifting team, and got to be at the Olympic house and see many of them win medals, and it's a fantastic experience. And Nurse Livingood, my wife, got to go with me, and we raised money for these athletes and helped support them. It's amazing how little support some of the athletes don't get. But while I was over there, I got to experience European food, and I noticed there was a big difference on some simple foods in a convenience store, in a grocery store, compared to the ones back in America. So right now we're going to break down some of the pictures, comparing them from a before or after. Now, this resource I came across with Food Babe, who does a fantastic job of putting them side by side, but it's the exact same thing that I saw and confirmed when I was over there at the Olympics, looking at these companies like Kraft, Heinz, Kellogg's, Pepsi Company, Quaker. They sell safer, better products overseas while making inferior versions right here in America, feeding it to Americans.
That's absolutely insane.
That is
what
so
is the
insane.
point of that?
Because it's the same brand. It's not like a different company. Wow.
So I my guess is that these pictures, the stuff in the U.S. is going to look a lot more vibrant, a lot more delicious.
Yeah, eye-catching.
A lot more, eye-catching, and a lot just radioactive. A little glow to it.
The evidence that you're about to see runs the gamut from fast food places to boxed cake mixes, to cereals, to candies, even oatmeal. You can't escape it. So this is what set me down this path of calling out big food industries, calling out big pharma industries, but leading you guys to make food simple. And I've never looked back of trying to figure out what's causing us to be so sick instead of waiting for people to get sick or exploiting sick people like big pharma and big food has done. Check these out. Here are 6 products that are completely different overseas than they are in America. Let's start with the big one, McDonald's French fries.
We already know this
They
one.
make their iconic French fries in the UK with a few simple ingredients: potatoes, oil, dextrose, salt. But in the US, completely different label.
Terrible.
They're made with natural beef flavor, they're made with sodium, they're made with pyrophosphate, and they are fried in oil laced with anti-foaming agents. That's
What?
the main ingredient in silly putty.
Ah!
But why is it ending up in our food? They've somehow figured out to cook their fries without all these extra ingredients overseas, but why not here? Begs the question. Second one to look at, Quaker Oats. These instant oat packets. Did you know Quaker Oats strawberries and cream?
So the pictures that he showed from the McDonald's it's just the same picture.
It
over
was
and
the
over
same
again. So
picture,
hopefully
yeah.
it doesn't stay like that.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw it in the last video. We have the video. We just reacted to it a few weeks ago from Insider Foods.
Yeah, Insider Foods.
And
yeah.
so, yeah, the McDonald's fries were like Super Saiyan fries.
Yeah.
They were bright, colorful, and the other fries just looked like, fried potatoes.
Yeah, like they probably should because
Yeah,
they don't have
like
any
natural.
ingredients. So yeah, natural.
Quaker Oats. These instant oat packets. Did you know Quaker Oats strawberries and cream has 0 strawberries? In the US, Quaker mimics the look and the taste of real strawberries, and what they use is flavored and colored fruit pieces. They're comprised of dehydrated apples, and then they use artificial strawberry flavoring, citric acid, and artificial dye, red number 40, which would cause concentration issues. It's total craziness.
We have
So you
those in
get-
our pantry right now.
You get a variety pack of apple and cinnamon. You get banana, strawberry. It's
And they're
really
all
all
just
just
apple.
apple.
Apple with some extra stuff added to it. I mean,
That's
I guess in
ridiculous.
a way that I knew this, but not that. Like, I thought it was dehydrated strawberries. Like, I just thought they had actual
Yeah.
strawberries. But now I'm gonna inspect the
Yeah.
pieces.
When our
like,
son's like, I don't like the apple. I like the strawberry.
I'm like, well, it's apple.
well,
And a lot of extra stuff. Holy
right?
moly. We've been hearing lots of bad things about red dye 40, like
Yeah.
red 40 or whatever. I've been hearing that since I was in school too. Like, I don't know. I feel like I've read something about it or something. I don't know. It's been a while and I've known it. I don't know. This is so horrible. Look what's in there. Quaker whole grain rolled oats, sugar, freeze-dried raspberry pieces, freeze-dried strawberry pieces, and natural flavoring. That's literally all
love
that's in it.
to eat that every day for breakfast.
Heaps of fruit, and they're actually telling the truth. And you're right. Look at that. Look how simple their thing is compared to ours. Ours has to have a blue sky with the sun coming behind it, bright pink on the thing, and then they have the little heart. And look at that. Look how small the heart on the UK version is. They don't
Yeah.
need to have it blown up to make you feel better about it. They already know that it's a good product. They don't need to have it in your face. Wow.
It's true. Wow.
Concentration issues. It's total craziness.
That's
It's
insane.
not even a strawberry. Meanwhile,
No.
in the UK, Quaker doesn't even attempt to sell that garbage. It doesn't make any products like that. The closest counterpart that they have is a product called Oats So Simple that has real strawberries in it, and it's light years ahead of the popular US version that's made with all those toxic artificial dyes and artificial colorings.
Oh my god.
Number 3 is Mountain Dew. Now, none of these foods are healthy. I don't advise eating them.
Yeah.
And some of you can just save the comment of like, well, I just shouldn't eat them anyway. But I'm just comparing how are they approved overseas, and here we're allowed to put all this garbage in there. I mean, you pick up a bottle of Mountain Dew in the UK, and you'll find that it gets its bright yellow color simply from beta carotene. It's a natural color derived from carrots and other plants. Meanwhile, Pepsi, who makes Mountain Dew, sells a very different version of Mountain Dew in America. Here in the
High
States, instead of
fructose
using
corn
natural
syrup.
colors to give it that bright popping look, Mountain Dew is artificially colored with a petroleum-based dye called yellow number 5. Major problems with reproductive issues and allergens with that. Now, artificial dyes are common in America, but that doesn't make them okay to eat. They've been linked to several health issues, like I just explained, as well as they're known carcinogens, some of them. They're certainly not as safe as beta carotene, but Mountain Dew, that story gets worse. The U.S. version of Mountain Dew also contains brominated vegetable oil, BVO. And that ingredient is banned in Europe. Way back in 2014, Pepsi said, okay, we're going to do the right thing. We're going to remove BVO from all the American drinks, following a real successful petition that was put on. But they still have not removed it from Mountain Dew. Nearly, world? This many years later. They continue to sell the BVO-free version in other countries, and they allow us to stay sick and toxic.
And there's so many people that I've met in my life that will drink Mountain Dew like it's going out of style.
On the regular, yeah.
Like 5, 6, or more cans a day.
The flavor, like I used to drink soda a lot when I was younger. And Mountain Dew, the flavor of it got me. Like, I could never drink it because of the flavor. But also the color always tripped me out. Because when you look at it, it looks like radioactive stuff. Yeah. Like, I don't think I should be drinking a drink that is, like, neon colored. It doesn't make any sense to me.
It looks like if you fell into a vat of it, you would come out with superpowers.
Yeah, you'd have superpowers.
Be a supervillain.
Yeah. Golly.
Yeah, and you'd fight with Batman all the time now.
If you could see. Or walk.
If you could see or walk, yeah, right. And reality, you would just die.
Yeah.
You just, oh my gosh, imagine
Horrible.
that. Imagine, they probably have something that we ingest that if you fell into the vat of it, you would just die.
Yeah. I know that we as a country have meetings with other people that are leaders of other countries. Why don't they talk about this kind of stuff? And maybe they do. I'm not involved in that 100%.
Like
but
he
it's
was talking about, it's big corporations and big pharma.
They control
together.
us. This is awful. This is making
symbiotic
me feel so
relationship.
Small. Like, it's all about money, but they don't care about the American people at all. Like, I knew this, but like seeing it more is just making me more sad. Like, why does Europe love their country so much that they love their people and they don't want to sell that garbage to them and feed them that? And they give them free health care.
Like, Europe's made up of so many countries and they've all come to the agreement of that. It's like we're like, it feels like we're just left out.
Yeah.
We're the only ones that make stupid decisions like this.
Well, we just don't have control over it. We should, but my gosh.
Hopefully, yeah.
Number 4, Heinz ketchup. You know, the kind you're going to find in almost every restaurant in America.
Yep.
Heinz ketchup is GMO-free in the United Kingdom, but full of genetically modified organisms and high fructose corn syrup in the United States, along with lab-produced natural flavorings, which not all of them are bad, but from a company like this, they're bad. And it helps create an addiction to the product. Think of that the next time you're dipping
My
your
daughter
fries
loves
and you
ketchup.
can't stop eating that ketchup. Now, Heinz is attempting to make a...
Oh, that broke my heart. My daughter loves ketchup, and it's Heinz ketchup that we feed her. And like we try to get the one that doesn't have the high fructose corn syrup, but it still has corn syrup in it.
They sell things and they put on the bottle like
no high fructose.
No this, no that. Like it's healthy somehow. Like it's still nowhere even close to what they sell in Europe. So
I'm gonna make my own ketchup. I'm gonna learn how to make my own ketchup. She'll love it. She'll love Mama's ketchup.
Hopefully. She won't be addicted to it,
and I'm going to call it that, Mama's ketchup.
If she is addicted to it, it's just even,
It's just because she likes it.
Says how much better your ketchup is.
Yeah, I'm going to learn how to make ketchup for my
Simply
baby.
Heinz version ketchup in the United States with natural flavorings and cleaner ingredients. Why don't they just make the same one that they use over in the UK as their regular ketchup?
Yeah.
There's no need for all the heavy processing, but they want to get you more addicted to it, so you'll buy more of it. It's a problem. Number 5, Doritos. Now, both versions of Doritos are horrible, but the American Doritos are covered in artificial dyes. They're all made from petroleum, the red number 40, the blue number 1, the yellow number 5, super toxic. The dyes have been found to be contaminated with carcinogens, such as benzidine. Benzenes can create some really ugly blood cancers if overconsumed.
Jeez.
In the UK, these dyes require a warning label that they may have adverse effects on the activity and attention in children, let alone other side effects. So No company wants to put that on their product because people won't buy it, so they just don't use the artificial dyes. Instead, they simply use things like paprika extract and annatto in order to get the flavoring. The Doritos in the UK are also non-genetically modified, while the American versions are made up of GMO corn, contaminated with glyphosate, that herbicide, weed killer, and then laced with all these chemicals.
Jeez.
Finally, number 6, Frosted Flakes. The jingle, the tiger, the mighty, mighty tiger. I mean, I ate them at...
That is not the Frosted Flakes jingle.
Oh my gosh,
Jess is too traumatized about the Doritos to even notice.
No, it's not.
The
it's
tiger,
everything.
the mighty, mighty tiger.
It wasn't that the song for him, and then he I don't know.
They're great.
That is, but there's a jingle. I think he had a jingle at one point.
Maybe,
but I don't know. I don't
Maybe
remember
I'm
it like
tripping.
that.
I don't remember it being that.
I don't remember like that. I just remember the Titans. Remember the Titans. We are the Titans, the mighty, mighty Titans.
Yeah.
So maybe he's confused. I don't know.
As a kid, I get it. There's no nutritional value going on here. But at first glance, the Frosted Flakes in the United States and the UK, they look nearly identical. But there's one big difference. There's a preservative in the US version called BHT. Now, this is important because there's a lot of controversial research linking BHT to cancer. And it's believed to also be an endocrine disruptor, which means it's going to mess with your hormones, men and women. And it's not even permitted in cereals in Europe. So Kellogg's reformulated their cereals so that they can legally sell them overseas. And then following a petition to get the BHT out of it, Kellogg's removed it from several brands like Rice Krispies, but it still uses it several years later in the Frosted Flakes still, despite selling it BHT free in other parts of the world. It makes no sense. Why don't these companies just sell the same safer products everywhere? I'll tell you why. Europe takes a precautionary principle approach towards food additives that are potentially risky. They ban or they add warning labels to these additives for their people. The US takes the opposite approach. It doesn't remove the additives from our food supply until they have been proven to be dangerous. And that can take years and a lot of red tape to get approved. So it literally means you're the lab rat. Americans are the lab rat. And the US government allows food companies to largely police itself, deciding which ingredients they're going to use, which chemicals they're going to use, which additives they're going to use, which ones are safe to add to their own products. That clearly isn't a wise approach, is it? Because if a company can get away with a cheaper ingredient, they're going to do it. Given a choice, they're always going to opt for the cheaper flavor enhancer, the cheaper color additive, the cheaper preservative, the cheaper genetically modified organism ingredient. Even if these cheaper alternatives have negative health impacts, they're going to choose that route for the sake of profit over people.
Profit over people. I'm just so depressed. This is depressing because I was seeing that in the company that I was working for as well. Like, we went to corporate and it seemed like they were taking so many shortcuts, and we are a multi-million-dollar company. We thrive on that, the fact that they didn't have to advertise at all. They don't have any commercials for Texas Roadhouse at all. But you think about how much money they're making, and our building was so old, things were falling apart. We were using this instead of this, like just different things like that, where it's like, why do you need to cut corners? And it's like, oh yeah, because of profit. Like you're making more money this way. It doesn't matter what we think or what people are being served. It's like, I don't know. It just cutting corners and stuff, and that's what you see everywhere. You see that
when you
everywhere.
get up big like that in your corporation like that, and you have to worry about investors, and you have to, worry about producing numbers to them, and you have to go up. Everything has to go up. All the charts, they have to go up at no matter the cost.
Health impacts, they're going to choose that route for the sake of profit over people. Truth is that no one's watching out for us. No one's going to take better care of you and your family's health than you.
Yeah.
When they tell you that they know their processed foods are safe, they're telling you a lie. So I've dedicated a big part of my teachings and my life towards educating people on the deceptiveness of, one, big pharma and drugs and waiting to get sick and covering them up in side effects, and big food and all the garbage that ends up in our unreal food, and help them make food simple. So I put several chapters in my Amazon best-selling book, Make Food Simple, because it's a subject that there's a lot more that you need to know about. to watch out for, to learn how to read labels. The food industry doesn't care about your health. It's your responsibility to do it. Below I put a link that you can grab a free copy of this book. You just cover the shipping. I'll get it to you. However, it also took you to the grocery store to start teaching you how to understand these. I started in the produce area to find some real secret gems on how to shop better for your food, identify what's making you unhealthy, and start protecting yourself and your family. That video is right here. Enjoy.
Well, that's what we'll be doing after this.
I'm gonna say that's our next step. I really am passionate about feeding us good food, and I know that I definitely cut corners here because it's easier. Like, it's so much faster. Just go get this really quick. But I don't even think about what's in it or what I'm feeding myself or my kids, and that just
So, like, we've watched videos similar to this, but it's good to continue just to watch it because we've not known about a lot of these things a lot longer than we have known about them.
Yeah.
You know, you grow up, and no matter where you grow up, but especially here where they kind of push it on you that we're the greatest country and everything's all good. You're like, oh, I'm going to the grocery store. Like, you don't really think about it as a kid that some of the stuff on the shelf is poisonous.
Yeah, you just see the bright colors and how exciting it looks, and you want something new. And yeah, I have such a pit in my stomach right now just because of just what I was watching. I knew it. It's just like seeing it more and more. I feel like that's gonna just light a fire. I feel like this is good to keep watching it because I'm really bad about just forgetting about stuff like that, like just kind of pushing it to the side. If I don't think about it, it's not real, that kind of thing.
Well,
so
you know, they keep you plenty distracted.
Yeah,
there's
definitely.
Constantly something else on the news. There's constantly something else going on.
Yeah.
You know, they hope that you forget.
Yeah.
They hope that you forget.
Jeez. So. Okay, so what I want to start in the comment section, which would be really lovely, is to get recipes from all around the world of things that you make that are homemade from what you do. Like, maybe you don't like something that's in the store, or maybe your mom made it a certain way and she gave you the recipe and now you make it like that. Different things like that. I would really love to see what you guys make. If anybody makes homemade ketchup, let a girl know. I will be looking it up, but definitely our little girl loves ketchup. We all eat ketchup here. So I would really like to have a recipe, simple things like that. Maybe a recipe on bread, because I think that we should probably have a different option for bread as well. We definitely eat a lot of bread in this house, but yeah, different things like that. I think that would be really fun, and it would be a nice way to connect with other people around the world, and feel a little bit better about this situation. Just start making things from scratch. I would love that.
Yeah, I would love that as well. We talked about that, making different recipes from around the world, but we need like a website. We need a better way than just the comment
organize
section.
it. You're right. We need to have like a whole thing.
Yeah. But anyways, thanks for watching with us. You know, it's upsetting. I try not to like let these videos just piss me off, and you know, just think of how I can implement these things. But at some point, I can't help but to just be pissed off about this stuff, because it's like the people that are in charge of changing this.
Yeah. They're not
like,
looking
you just
at
don't
that.
care about human beings at all, huh?
Not when I'm counting my paycheck. But
That's
it
insane
is true what he said at the end, is we are responsible for what we put in our house, and now that we're educated on it, we can be the ones that change what's going on. You know what I mean? So
no, you're right.
We have big control over it, and I don't want to be just ignoring that.
Ultimately, you are a grown up, and you can educate yourself on how to read labels better and not buy that stuff, but it's more than that. It shouldn't just be down to that. It's like, oh, you're an adult. Imagine the whole world was like that. That's what the video is all about, comparing it to a different place in the world that doesn't rely on that. It's like, oh, well, you're an adult, you should be able to decide not to eat the poison. It's like, no.
It's like super
because you don't have poison-free Mountain Dew. You only have the poison version.
Yeah.
So there's no choice here. Anyways. All right, y'all. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye, friends.
Peace.
I'm not scared of your love.